Today, what we are going to deal with is from that MN 53, how to practice. This helps for the retreat and also every day. So basically, we're starting with Indriya Samvara, for which I'm going to take MN 152, Indriya Bhavana Sutta. So first thing we need to know that there is nothing called meditation in Buddha's teaching. It is only bhavana, which means development. So what we are developing is the Indriya, how to understand, how not to get associated with it. So there is not sitting meditation as in closed eyes or in some secluded place or whatever. It is whatever you have right now, in that how you can guard the senses, as opposed to going somewhere. Okay, so let's journey together. So the sutta I'm going to take is MN 152. Why I'm saying this is because I'll be going through that sutta. And if you want, you can open MN 152 and sit. Okay, so the first thing is eyes and form, chakku and rupa. What he says is, Katanchananda Ariyasa Vinaye Anuttara Indriya Bhavana Hoti. Idananda Bhikkhuno Chakkuna Rupam Disva Upajjati Manapam Upajjati Amanapam Upajjati Manapam Amanapam. So evam pajanati uppannam ko me idam manapam uppannam amanapam uppannam manapam amanapam anchako sankatam olarikam patisamutpannam etam santam etam panitam yadidam upekha iti tasatam uppannam manapam uppannam amanapam uppannam manapam amanapam nirujjati upekha santhati se yathapi ananda. 1 second. Se yathapi Ananda Chakkuma Puriso Umilitva va Nimilitva va Umileya Evameva Ko Ananda Yasa Kasachi Evam Stigham Evam Tuvatam Evam Pakkasare Sirena Uppannam Manapam Uppannam Amanapam Uppannam Manapam Amanapam Nirujjati Upekka Santhati Ayam Vichatananda Ariyasya Vinaye Anuttara Indriya Bhavana Chakku Vinyesu Rupesu. So this is what he says. It's a very important thing on how do you practice. So the first thing you need to know is that he says, when instead of a monk sees, just put it as a person sees form with an eye. So you get three things. I like it. I don't like it. It's a mixed one. I something like there. I something don't like there. It's a mixed manapa, amanapa. It's not neutral. Okay. It's not adukka, sukha. It is manapa, amanapa, agreeable, disagreeable. So he understands this has arisen in me. It is conditioned. It is coarse and dependently arisen. What is peaceful and sublime is equanimity. So then the agreeable, disagreeable, or mixed reaction subsides and equanimity becomes established. How does it happen? This happens as quickly and effortlessly as opening or closing the eyes. Okay, this is called the unsurpassed development of the faculties regarding form cognizable by the eye. So there are 4 things I need to practice. Okay, now first one is there is an acknowledgement of what has arisen. So in this room, what I'm talking, I need to check what has arisen. I can say room has arisen. Yes, it's conditioned in nature because I can see through the eyes and there is light and hence I can see it. So it is conditioned, which is sankata. Okay. If it is Sankata condition, then it will also have Olarika. That means it should be gross, it should be coarse. To call it a room, I need to have four walls and a floor and a roof. Otherwise, there's no room as such. Similarly, if there is a body, it has to have a skeleton and a flesh. Otherwise, I can't call it as a body. So the nature is Sankata. This is the important one. The Dhamma here is Sankata, conditioned, conditioned by food in this case. So what I see here, the likingness of some things has arisen because it is conditioned by some material. So if I take iPhone, it is conditioned by aluminum or steel. Otherwise, there's nothing called iPhone. If I take a computer, it's again conditioned by that. So it should be plastic or metal. There can't be a computer independent of not having any material there. So if I say Ariu or Vilas or whoever it is, it should be conditioned by food so that this body keeps on growing and maturing. So it is Olarika, coarse. If something is coarse and Olarika, it should have Patisamutpanna. That means it has arisen out of a cause. It can't be without a cause. So what's the cause of this body? Food. What's the cause of an iPhone? Minerals. Or a computer, a house, or whatever it is, including money. It should be printed. It means paper should be there, for which wood has to be there, for which trees has to be there. So it is paticca samutpanna. Utpanna means arisen. Paticca means conditioned, dependent, conditionally dependent on something. If you remove that condition, there's nothing that can exist. Okay. If it is patisamutpanna, it goes through khaidhamma, vaidhamma, viragadhamma, nirodhadhamma. So it will not stay. So if I take a battery, if I start using it, khaya, shaya is happening. Then vaya. Vaya means that it is losing, spending, going away. Virag, it fades. The color, the texture, the way it was fades away. So if I go to an Apple store, the moment they remove the box and they give me the product, the moment I touch, the fingerprints gets formed. So viraga, it's discolored. Now, if I want to sell it, the value is gone. Just by touch of my finger, he'll say, I'm sorry, sir, we can't take it back. If I had not touched it, he will take it back. So the moment I use it, meaning I take that iPad or phone or let's say computer, I take it and go. After 1 hour, I want to return it back. Yes, in the US, they allow it, but in India, they will not. You will get 15 days to test it and return it back. That's there. But in India, once goods sold cannot be returned back. So, viraga, nirodha. From the store, that serial number is no longer available. in my house, that serial number is available. So the company lost the liability of holding to that piece, and the liability is transferred to me. In the same way, the marriage, the girl got married, so the liability is moved to the husband home. The husband got married, the liability is moved into the girl home. So now they both are liability. They're no longer asset. So they undergo the nature of dissolution, which is kaya, vaya, viraga, nirodha. So kaya, kshaya, like Mrutyunjaya in few days will be flying by son's marriage. So kaya will happen. The days are passing by. Then vyaya is gone, spent. No longer his son is a bachelor. Right now, he is a bachelor. But beyond that date, what has been there is no longer a bachelor. He can be ex-husband. She can be ex-wife. But never will he put, I'm a bachelor. Never. It's gone. Just like the girl cannot be called virgin. She can't claim I'm virgin. No, sorry. Your ex-wife. Means used, basically. It's not new. Vyaya. It's so dangerous, right? So if I see it, all of us are non-virgin people. Okay, we all are used pieces. And viraga has happened. The body has lost its shape, its texture, its elasticity, its whatever it was. It's gone. Nirodha ceases to exist. So, I acknowledge that the pleasant feeling has arisen in the eyes when I go to the Apple store, but it is conditioned by the eyes and the Apple store. And I'm going around to find what should I buy. So the anxiety makes me filled with tension. But it's olarika, it's coarse, it's not sukuma. Jhana is sukuma, this is olarika, it'll break. So I need to be careful when I hold iPhone or iPad or laptop. Because if it breaks, he's going to charge me. That's the worst part of it. So they put a salesman who will slowly open it, show it. Just like you go to a diamond shop or a gold shop or a whatever shop, it's exactly the same structure, because they decay. Jara. Okay. So 4 things I need to know. This is horizon. And this condition, sankata, olarika, paticca samutpanna. And now the practice is everything I'm seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling, and thinking is the same. So now I see equanimity because I've dropped it. How did I drop it? It has arisen. I recognize it is arisen. The nature is sankata, condition. It's not independent. If I move out of Apple Store, the entire experience is gone. Let's say I and you, anyway, we are going to do that, but let's say we go to the Apple Store when I'm in the US. We move out of Apple Store. The entire experience of the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body is gone. Only the mind can still persist as a rumination, but still it is dependent. If I had not gone to the Apple Store, I wouldn't have had that experience. If I had not gone to New York, I wouldn't have had that Statue of Liberty experience or Niagara Falls experience or any experience. So to say I have an experience, there should be a condition. How can I experience without a condition? So that means there is a way to experience without a condition, and that is Nibbana. So to do that, I need to have equanimity, upekha. Now the question comes, how is upekha to experience? It doesn't have poles. It doesn't have liking and disliking, or partially liking and partially disliking. As an example, I love to jog or walk, fast walking with this Polar H10. It's sweaty and sticky. I don't like it, but the numbers I like it. So it's manapa, amanapa. Right? And that band is sticky. I sincerely don't like it. It's something like I'm wearing like a bra. But what do? I can't help it. I have to pull that thing up. It's sweating. It's really making me miserable. But the very thought that it's showing the number, I'm doing good with my BPM and HRV score and this and that one, I feel, worth it. So it's amanapa, manapa. So now I transform this into upekha. The numbers what are coming of HRV is conditioned because I'm wearing Polar H10 and it is synced with my iPhone. If Polar H10 was not there, I wouldn't have been knowing the HRV. So it's conditioned. That's gross. The experience is gross, not subtle. And it is dependently originated. So it has Kaya Dhamma, Vaya Dhamma, Viraga Dhamma, Nirodha Dhamma. Now I have put it on wash, that strip. Whereas this guy is now Polar 10, if you could see here, is just this tiny hardware. Now, if I want to sell this off, nobody will buy it at the cost I bought it. So I have to put it on second sale. This piece, nobody will buy at that cost because they'll get a new one. Why will they buy an old one? Even though it is just a couple of weeks old. So the selling price, I'll put 70% of the original. Nobody will buy, so I'll put it 50%. Okay, fair deal, 50%. Right? So nice. But what will I do? I can't get the price. So, Kaya Dhamma, Vaya Dhamma, Viraga Dhamma, Nirodha Dhamma. Don't forget it. So, Evam Pajanati, he knows. So, why it is peaceful? Because you have seen these four conditions, four things. I know it. It is Sankata, dependently originated. Ularika, Patisamatpanna. So, etam santam, etam panitam, yadidam upekha. How fast it can be done? Seyatapi, let's say a person with opening of the eyes and closing the eyes, it's so effortless and without struggle. That's how this upekha is as an experience when you can see it that way. Okay, so beginning, I need to work out on this before I come to samatha. Please remember, I'm taken this because of all the retreats I've seen. My assumption was people know how to do Indriya Samvara. And I realized that they don't even know what is Indriya Samvara, let alone doing it. They only know to pull up a cushion and sit on that and close the eyes. That's all they know. So I was wondering whether are we really doing what Buddha is asking us to do. And unfortunately, I don't think so we are doing it. Maybe the mistake also is mine that I am not able to explain to people that what all they should be doing before coming here. I take that blame on myself as well, that I'm not helping them in this regard. And number two, very important, I'm also learning how to teach while doing this. So now, after so many retreats, starting last year onwards, I'm developing in teaching. So I'm also going through a grind of teaching. That every time I see some people very casual, that helps me to understand what is missing there. Okay, so at least in the US retreat, which is happening in few weeks' time, maybe the last retreat for this year, I guess, before we start afresh. So I want this to work in the most beneficial way for people. So I'm thinking, how do we help? So the first thing is MN 152. After MN 53, Sekha Sutta. Because the second one is Indriya Samvara. That has to be properly understood and done. So when we meet in US, it's imperative that you know how to practice this Indriya Samvara, whether you have come to this session or not. I expect that you know it. At least know it, if not really doing it. So, four things you need to do when you see, when you hear, when you taste, when you touch, when you smell, when you think, or when thoughts are coming. It's number one, it's arisen. Whatever has arisen, you will find agreeable has arisen, disagreeable has arisen, partially agreeable, partially disagreeable has arisen. And they all have these three. One is sankata, conditioned by the sight and the eyes, sound and the ear, nose and the smell, tongue and the taste, body and the touch, mind and mental objects. Okay, that's dependent on that. So sankata, conditioned. If something is conditioned, it should be gross. It can't be subtle. So olarika, coarse. And if something is olarika, it should have patisamutpanna, not patisamutpada. It is patisamutpanna. The very thing is dependent on, that means if I take avijja and sankhara, both avijja and sankhara undergoes patisamutpanna. They will have anicca nature in that, sankata nature in that, patisamutpanna. These three will be there, but it has four dhammas. That's the main thing. Kaya, Vaya, Viraga, Nirodha. These four dhammas. So when I say When Buddha says Patisamutpanna, you should know that he's talking about the Khaidhamma, Vaidhamma, Viragadhamma, Nirodhadhamma. If I buy a t-shirt like what Madhulika had gifted, this one, it's already faded away. Why? It's used. So Kshaya has happened. Kaya has happened. The Viraga has happened. Nirodha has happened, like that. Okay. Now, in this t-shirt, as an example, Kshaya is putting it to the washing machine, bringing it back, washing machine, bringing it back is Kshaya. It loses. Vyaya, its original is gone. Viraga, discolored. After a few washes, it will become more and more discolored. So viraga. Nirodha, this t-shirt loses its structure completely. So you have to throw it out or use it. In India, we use a t-shirt to wipe utensils to everything. So we can use it or throw it out. So this thing, which is very expensive or very cheap or whatever I can call, will go into the trash bin. Nirodha. Now I apply this to the body. Same thing. And I apply to my wife's body. Same thing. My friend's body. Same thing. Everyone, same thing. Car, house, everything is same. With eyes and sight, ears and sound, nose and smell, tongue and taste, body and touch, mind and mind objects. Okay. So this is the first thing on all the five, or rather on the six. So I don't have to. He gives a nice example. So just like eye closing and eye opening. Next one, he talks about the veena, where the string, just press the string, the sound will come. So it is so easy like that to get into upekkha. And it is true. It just, this is where I misunderstood that people know it. Because we had done this MN 152 earlier. So I thought they remember that Indriya Samvara. But I found that they just know how to take the cushion and sit. Nothing to do with Indriya Samvara. So don't forget this time. Eyes blinking, Upekha is so simple. Ear, just like Veena string. Just press one string, the sound comes. Now we take the Gandha. It takes some lotus and water. On a lotus leaf, you have a water droplet and it just falls down. It is so simple. Ghana and Gandha. Then if I take Jivha and Rasa, it is like spitting, so quick. Then Kaya and Pottabba is like extending the arm and closing the arm. And Mano and mental objects is like the sweat falling on a hot clod iron where it just evaporates. So are you in Upekha or not? If you want to check, these are the 6 way of testing. It should be like eye blinking, or it should be like Veena, or it should be Veena string. Then lotus leaf and a water droplet, or just like spitting, or extending the arm and closing the arm, or on clod iron where the sweat falls. Okay. That's a test. Now, is it possible for everyone like this? Yes, if you know these four things, that it is arisen, and if you forget the arisen one, that means you don't recognize the arisen one, then there's nothing anybody can do. So I need to know the arisen, what has arisen, what has come. Then I apply these three principles. It is the feeling is dependent. Like I said, Apple Store, where I and Eru are going. We've not yet reached Apple Store, so there's no experience. I'm in Mountain View at his home. Can I have an Apple Store experience? And the answer is no. Until unless we drive from Mountain View to San Jose, where this mall is there, and then we enter the mall, we first park the car, then we enter into the mall, and then we walk to the Apple Store. We reached at 9 a.m. Apple Store opens at 11 a.m. No experience. We wait for 1 hour, still no experience. At 11, when they allow us to go inside, then the experience begins. So, isn't it conditioned? Yes, it is conditioned. The smell of the Apple Store can only happen if we are inside Apple Store or any other store. I'm just taking Apple because it's most interesting thing. That's all. I can take any product. Apply this to human beings also. Same. Till the time I'm in the US, I can't enjoy US. Till the time I'm with so and so, I can't enjoy. Not possible. So I need to see this. What's happening? Okay. So it's conditioned, sankata. And Apple Store is Olarika, just like Aryu house is Olarika. Aryu himself is Olarika. It's gross. That means it takes space. If it takes space, it is actually very constrictive. Let's take in Apple Store, 1,000 people are standing. You just don't feel like being in that store. Why? It is Olarika. So the experience what you're getting now, let's say that salesperson has not come to show the product. You get frustrated because you've been standing there for long. You're desperate to buy the product, but nobody's there to even show you, let alone billing it. So you get upset and leave. Why? Because it's amanapa. So it's gross. And hence, I'm getting amanapa. Same thing with two humans. If you come too close, it's get to a point of irritation. If you're too far, again, a point of irritation. But can you be like this? No. Even during sexual intercourse, you can't. After a while, you feel not that satisfied because it's Olarika. And it undergoes Paticha Samutpanna. Khaya, Vaya, Viraga, Nirodha. Food, eating, Khaya, Vaya, Viraga, Nirodha. Dressing, Khaya, Vaya, Viraga, Nirodha. Going around, bathing, anything you take, any activity you take goes through this. So every activity goes through Jara, Vyadhi, Marna. Clear? And what is the Vyadhi for any machinery? It ages. So you have to keep on oiling it, do something like in the case of mobile phones to cameras to laptops to anything, you have a battery. So you have to keep on charging the battery. It means it goes through vyadi, disease, because the battery depletes. So you have to keep on charging it. This battery also depletes. So what do? You keep on eating. So this is the practice. Once you do this, you are in upekha. Now, once you're in upekha, your breath watching is easy. Not the upekha of the fourth jhana. That's not what Buddha is talking here. He's talking about a blissful state which you get when you are not associated with any product, any human, any object, or anything at all. Through the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind. Now, this much I think is sufficient for day one. Tomorrow we'll look at the second section as a sekha. Attiyati, harayati, jiguchati. Then as a noble one, ariya, how you would see. That will show you whether you are a sotapanna, sakadagami, anagami in that three sekha or an arhat, the fourth. So if I claim I'm an arhat, this is a sutta where I need to see whether I'm seeing it like that. Clear? That's all I had for today, and we can use the time what we have for questions. Otherwise, we can end. I shared one picture which I made through ChatGPT on the Apple Store. I think you would have seen it or not seen it, I don't know. I've sent it on Patisamutpanna. Okay, I've sent that photograph. Anyway, you can see it, but ida pachayata, thisness, and otherwiseness. Idha, this, pachayata, the condition. So it goes through this conditionality. So if you see here, the Patisamutpanna, this is Patisamutpada. Yep. So avidya to sankhara to vijnana, all that. And the Patisamutpanna is this. So I have to apply to myself. So this is that empty self which keeps on talking to me. So I can cut this off. So ChatGPT has done a very nice job. So I've shared it. You can look at it, use it for your practice. So in the morning, I remembered, since I and Eriu will be going very soon to the Apple Store, I think it is very imperative for us to practice it. And in that Dhamma in pictures, I have put this and I have put another one, I think, which will help you to practice also. What I've done is I have done something interesting. I've not yet put that. I don't know. Anyway, so I'll put that. Another one which had, yes, Sari.
I have a question, but a small request for my question is, I wonder if you can slightly tag those images in the Dhamma in picture so it's easier to search, because otherwise become too many graphs to just scroll through. It becomes hard to find. If you have some, just put MN18152 or Indriya Samvara or something. At least you can find.
Where? Where in tag?
In the Dhamma in pictures, whatever block you have, if you intend for that to be a collection, if you can put something to help finding it.
For filtering, for searching.
Yeah, for searching through so many pictures, it become an infinite scroll.
You want me to give like an anchor where you click on that and...
No, just put some text after every image, what it is, so at least we can search for it. And later we can...
I got it. Yeah. Oh, you can do on the search.
Yeah.
That's a good idea, yes. Yeah, question.
Yeah, my question is, you said this upekkha is not as forced jhana, and then you said this is the bliss you get from not being attached. I'm wondering what's the difference. And so what is the difference?
You should be in that to understand it. Okay. So if, let's say, we go to the store and we don't get caught up, what happens? You are not ignoring it, but you are not in it. So then what happens? Then can you explain me the bliss? No, right? But you know you're in bliss because nothing has caught up. That's what I meant. Yes.
Yeah, and I'm reminded that in DN2, in the Samanya Sutta, where Buddha talked about Indriya Samvara, he used this word, abhyase kasukam. Is that the bliss that you're referring to?
Yes. That's the one. Good one.
Thank you.
Yes. This is the one. I made one interesting one. Looks good. Harry?
Yeah, I think the female caught the eye instead of the Apple product.
Yeah, I have another one for that. Anyway. Yeah, go ahead. You had a question again.
No, I was just thinking about that and what you meant by that bliss, and I guess reminds me of the one experience that I have with my entrance exam after high school, and where I already got the college entrance, and then I didn't have to attend the high school entrance exam. So for 1 month, I have nothing to do. So I went back to the school. Everyone's preparing for the entrance exam where I don't have to study. I'm just walking around talking to everyone and
Yes,
feeling.
exactly. That's how it is. So that's upekha. So if you can stay in upekha for everything, that it is what is our reason, then you notice it is sankata, ularika, patisamatpanna, and it drops. Instantly drops, just like what he's saying, blinking of eye, or lute sound, or water droplet on a lotus leaf, like that. So for each senses, he gives this example. And without which you can't be in samatha. It's a joke saying that, I will get into breath watching. No. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I guess I was just thinking I think for the mind to realize these for nature, there are so many different ways, and all the practice guides towards this goal, like including this aniccato, dukkhato, rogato, like all those are help you to get to see these dhamma, and so the mind can let go.
That is on vipassana. Don't get confused. If you directly, there's many people, what I have seen over these 1.5, 2 years now, they think they can do vipassana instantaneously, just like a fingers, but they don't realize that we are not vipachitanyu or ugatitanyu to do so. We are neya. It's impossible. A neya can directly attempt to get into vipassana. It's a joke. And hence, even Goenkaji, if you look at the structure, it is anapana to begin with, and then body scanning as vipassana. It's not possible. It's a joke. If somebody is saying that I'll do directly vipassana, that means he's never understood what is vipassana means. That means his mind should be stilled so that he can go and see what is underneath his mind. So it's not possible. Okay. So to get into samatha, that means to get into the aspect of watching the breath, like even in anapana of Goenka, they seclude you from everything, and hence you can watch the breath. If you are not secluded, you can't watch it at all. So they don't give you food. They give you once in the morning. If you are a old student, you get only one meal, and that's it. There's nothing called breakfast. You get at 11, 11:30 or whatever the time is, and that's it. So when you don't give food and you are asked to sit in your room and meditate, there's nothing else to be done. There is no distraction, as in mobile phone or writing or doing something, reading, nothing. So you are with your own mind. So obviously, then the only thing you can do is to watch the breath, because there's nothing else to do. What else will you do? So they force you to do that, which is correct. Because that is Indriya Samvara in some way. So the Indriya Bhavana is happening because you're seeing there's nothing there. So they've removed everything from you. It's force, but it's good. But what Buddha is saying is not that. He's saying eyes will touch the sight, but no experience is to be found. So for that, we need to do this, knowing it, what's our reason, first thing. Then come to the sankata, then olarika, patisamatpanna. Then upekka automatically happens. This is the first foundation before we come into the DN2 or anywhere where he says, na nimitta gahi hoti, nana byanjana gahi hoti. Without Indriya Bhavana, you can't get into this at all. Chakkuna rupam disva na nimitta gahi hoti, nana vyanjana gahi hoti. That is just reading. Okay. Like I said, it is my mistake that it has taken me a good amount of time to understand what people are practicing versus what they should practice. So now from the July batch, what I found that it's a pattern, same pattern, exactly the same pattern. So that means there's something wrong with me or with the people who are coming. But I feel it is a combination of both rather than putting blame on people who are coming or people who came, like in the case of Madhukar or Ritu or Mrutyunjay or anybody who is coming to what should be actually practiced. So it's not their mistake. It's as much as my mistake that I have not looked into, even though I know it, I thought they know it. So that's wrong. So now I'm structuring it. Basically, that do like this. So whatever loss happened, but then further loss can be stopped because you need to do this Indriya Samvara. And what I also found is that nobody teaches Indriya Samvara. They directly make the person sit in a seat, which makes no sense. Like even what we did in Brisbane, we never looked into Indriya Samvara. It worked because in that condition it works because it's conditioned. But I never looked into conditionality at all, right? So then we can become Sotapanna, but we can't go beyond Sotapanna. So the objective is not to stay at Sotapanna. Like that. Yes.
Yeah, I guess one confusion that I have, or one question, is that to see this Sankata, Olarikam, or these four natures, it's also some kind of contemplation and seeing.
All the time you need to contemplate Ariyu, all the time. So when you take your car, you need to see, or when you're eating, let's take the next one is Bhojane Matyanutta. So when we finish this, we are coming to the next one in that 15 things what Buddha talks about as Charana Dhamma, because we are following the Buddha through that Charana Dhamma. So having Bhojane Matyanutta, Matyanu means measuring. You measure how much is your requirement of food. Bhojane is food. Bhoja means to enjoy. So how much food can you enjoy to make this body comfortable so that mind doesn't go back again and again looking at eating. So what's a Matyanutta? So for that, I need to know that hunger is the cause of my eating. So that is Sankata. And the food is Olarika. I'm not eating Sukuma food. I'm eating Olarika, rice, gruel, let's say lentils, etc., which is Olarika. And it's dependently originated. Both the hunger and the food are dependently originated. If there were no hunger, then there was no need for food to be there. Or there is food is there and hunger is there. So because hunger is there, this food is there. So it goes in dependent, right? So if I am eating, I'm eating for hunger, not because I want to eat this one or that one. And when I say that, I need to see whether it satisfies the condition. Each body has a different condition. So I need to see whether that condition is satisfied. Otherwise, bloating will happen or discomfort will happen or something will happen. So I need to ensure that it doesn't happen. So I'm not only looking at this hunger, I'm also looking at how my body is going to behave. Because if I eat something and that is not, that cannot be digested, and then the suffering ensures. And the objective is not to suffer. So the food should come for a long time. So I eat non-starch or non-carbohydrate food so that it takes time for it to digest. If I take starch or carbohydrate food, which is more in sugar, then it burns off immediately. And then again, I feel hungry. So I'm aware why I'm eating what I'm eating. And that becomes both bhojane matyanuta and also part of this sankata. Then olarika, then patisamutpanna. So hunger and food are interlinked. If there is no hunger, there is no food. If there is no food, there is no hunger. But because there exists hunger and food, you need to keep on refueling it. Yes.
Yeah, I guess that's my confusion, because I thought these continuous contemplation and seeing it is similar to vipassana. So I thought that's
No, we are not yet in vipassana. We will see how that vipassana happens when we get there.
But I guess it's an easy confusion to make that because you're seeing that trying to understand Dhamma in this way is some sort of vipassana.
And it's not some sort of vipassana. It is trying to see what you're doing. It's just like saying ahara samudaya, rupa samudaya. If somebody can say, yeah, that is actually what is vipassana, yes, partially true. But then you are looking at yatha bhuta from the beginning itself, so that mind doesn't go into a 5 hindrances. If I don't do Indriya Samvara, the 5 hindrances will take over.
Thanks.
No worries. Any questions? Anyone? At least this will help the US retreat. So every day we'll be doing for that retreat. I have also made a playlist for that. So it'll be good. Okay, no questions, then good to close. And you let me know what you want, what time you want to meet with her, and then we can have the same call later. Okay.
Yeah, afterwards we can.
Okay. All right. Good day, and meet you tomorrow. Thank you. Bye-bye.